Well, hello again. Oh, why do I go on this and then build up a fart? It just because I was eating bananas. Anyway, it's life. Never know when the fart's going to happen. It just one minute I'm safe. Next minute it happens. At least it wasn't a stinky one. It was just small. Probably because I had a good sleep, like a rest earlier. It's 1 o'clock now. I did sleep for a few hours, and that helps your body reset and balance sleep. All your systems go back in check. If you're not doing that, your system can overload on certain areas, like it might be too sexual, or you might be doing too much thinking, you might be putting too much pressure on your heart. So when you sleep, your body all balances the best it can, in your situation. When you're a single bloke, you tend to overindulge in your stomach, not get enough downstairs, maybe think too hard and not get enough love in your heart. So you do end up a bit wobbly, like a dinosaur, brontosaurus or something. Not to put them down, but a bit wobbly, you don't end up straight down the line. It's sort of a bit blobbly. But I think there's hope there. Where there's life, there's hope. And I think people think, they come and walk past me or they meet me. I don't know what they think really, but if they read my things, they probably think, oh, now we're in heaven or something. Because we saw heaven. But this is definitely just Earth. Um, the day I went to heaven, so I took my wife there and then come back. That's when I was heaven on earth, you see, because I'd been to heaven and back. So it's sort of like heaven and then back to earth. So I know what heaven's like now, so I'm heaven on earth now. But I'm telling you because I couldn't really marry her here, I couldn't do anything. In heaven, it was just her time to go. Been through too much. Couldn't really spend time together. And I wasn't ready to go, so I had to take her and then come back. So that's when I become heaven on earth, I suppose. No one else can really do that. They don't have the superpower, so you can't get it on your own because it's mine. You can't just take it from someone. You have to earn it. So that's just how life is. Not really by my design. It's just like you fill up a glass of water and it stays in the glass. You drink it. There's no other way to really do it, is there? I mean, why would you do it any other way? It's just the way it is. That's what makes life comfortable, where there's laws and physics and things happen a certain way. When things are happening to you that upset you, it's sort of someone's doing something like too much noise, or and it upsets things and things don't work out. That's what really degrades your health and your happiness. And I think it's good to have a certain structure and base and not think too hard about how it all works. Just enjoy it for what it is. It's like music. If you delve into it too much, you break it down into its finite bits, and there's little bugs going up my throat still. I don't have a handkerchief on me. Mum bought me some, but they're not handy. I just wipe it on my pants, so I'm going to wash them anyway. So yeah, it's good to have firm bases in reality, which I always have, even through all that mental health I went through. I always knew what I was and where I was going and who I was and where I was and all that. There was just a period of time when I thought my connection to my spirit, my life, or my heaven, or whatever, because I saw into my head into all this light, and then I sort of let go, and I was like, boom, I become the light, and I wasn't thinking, I wasn't even really aware I existed, but I could see myself running around the street, sort of trying to get home or something. It was like I didn't know where to go, like I was I became just energy. So I lost my ego entirely and just became like my body and soul and spirit with no real thought. I was just action, purely action, like say Sonic Hedgehog in a game, just running. I was just boom running around the street, and then bang, I'd stop again, and all this darkness would fall upon me. It was just like all around me, darkness everywhere. Like I could see the world of this demonic sort of energy all around the whole of the street, and it was freezing cold. It was in winter. I just got back from the rave party, and I was out trying to find out answers. I was going to the Theosophical bookshop, and it has all these books on enlightenment, and that's where I went straight away. I didn't go to a doctor because I knew there was nothing really wrong with me. I just not died, but I'd realised in an instant that I don't really know what it was. I realised, but it's like I passed through death all of a sudden, and I couldn't die. I thought, shit, what's going to happen? I've realised what death is, and now I can't do it. And it was kind of a relief in a way. I sort of knew now I was immortal somehow, but in a way I was suffering. I didn't know where I was going to end up. So I thought, am I going to go to hell or something? And have I done something really bad to myself that I can't recover from, or I can't make up for, or But I didn't realise what it was I was realising all the sin in my life, but I soon realised it wasn't my fault. So it was sort of cast upon me in a way by other people. So my sins, the things that people were blaming me for, weren't really my fault. Because I didn't know something had happened to me in childhood. I'd sort of been murdered. But because I was Christ, I could bring myself back. Because I was a god. Normally a person would die and become a spirit and get reborn. Whereas I could resurrect myself. I sort of got murdered in that movie Cujo. Or something happened there, I think. I shouldn't say I did because it's a movie and it involves other people. And I should have said allegedly, maybe, that's my memory. But I remember just feeling like, oh, something happened. I was so cold, and then I walked down and just sat by the riverbank or wherever I was, the creek or somewhere, and Mum and Dad picked me up, took me home. The weird thing is I had 4 parents, so I was a surrogate. But my parents, I don't know if they knew or not, must have given a sample, or someone they were living with. I think it was this guy, took a sample from them to give to someone else to have a baby. And they must have mixed the baby, the sperm and the egg with what the sample was. So I had 4 parents. So that's what made me a Christ or a Superman or whatever. So I was birthed by someone else, and I think Mum and Dad adopted me, but really they were my parents because that's where the sperm and egg come from. I think that's how it worked. And then I was put in that movie Superman. I remember flying over by jet to America or somewhere and then back again. And then soon after I was in that movie Cujo. No, I don't think I was in any other ones, just the 2 I think. There might be another one, I don't know. But yeah, they belted me up in it for real to make the effects. Probably because they thought I was a Superman or something. And to see what would happen, because they're all run by scientists by then, sort of German Nazi sort of scientists running a whole show. All my school were like those sort of people, We didn't really have good English teachers. We didn't really have good English teachers. They were all like good at maths or science, or some of the art teachers are alright. It's probably why I ended up doing all the arts, and I just did physics. I sort of rejected that establishment, probably why I did it. Probably because of what happened to me, But yeah, I went back to Mansfield, I healed up, I was fine, I wasn't dead, but I just had to resurrect myself. It was my life, I couldn't just give it away, so Other people would probably pass away from that and die and have to get reborn, whereas this was my time, you know. So my other parents are kind of famous. I think they're movie stars. I think it was that woman from the poster, Rita Hayworth. I think that was my other mother. And her husband, who wasn't really that famous. I think it might have been Dirk Bogarde or someone, or someone like that. That's why Mum used to always go, I like Dirk Bogarde. But I don't know if it was that one or the other one. Derek Bogarde or someone. I can't think who it was, really, honestly. Hang on. But yeah, so I had four parents. So the two famous ones, when I got brutally assaulted, sort of broke away, and that was my crown. Like I was the king of the world, basically by then, after being Elvis and everything. So yeah, so that sort of broke away, and I lost all my connection with any sort of love life. And I think that's why they did it, to steal all the women back or something that loved me, you know, to try and take them all back. But in a way, it ended up murdering them all. All those people that did that to me are dead. So they committed a mortal sin, so they're all dead. That's stupid, isn't it? They could have left me, had a good life, would have had a few girlfriends, that was it. They would have had them all anyway, and they would have had more. They would have had all my beautiful kids. So I don't know why you have to cut people down, you know, like, raise people up, you get more out of them, you know, rather than just knocking people down, you get nothing out of it by the end of it. It's really a stupid thing to do. But they treated me like a science experiment, you know. They should have really put me straight up on a crown and the world would have been saved. Straight up on a throne, you know. I would have been that happy, handsome little prince, you know, Prince Charming. But I had to go through that healing process, and then really the rejection from all the girls, and I missed out on a wife. She would have wandered around wondering how to find me, you know, and all these poor girls get prostituted and picked up, and it's a terrible life, you know, that what we could have had. So I hope they don't repeat these sort of things forever. I hope they get over it, experimenting on people, just let them live their lives, their natural lives. Because we're all here for a reason, naturally, you know. Because when someone like me goes through this, a lot of the population gets retarded and goes crazy and has all these psychological and physical problems from it because they're suffering torment. They see it happen and they don't know what's going to happen to them, so they're all like crazy, you know, terrified. There's nothing really wrong with them, but they're just coming out of the womb and getting born knowing the world's not right, you know. Terribly disappointing. We're drugging these poor kids, and they're just suffering torment, internal damnation for being born, you know, not their fault. So they're all coming into the world, and these people doing things to people like that. And look, it could be because the world has this attitude that we're all just die, we live and die anyway. It could have the attitude that everything breaks down, gets destroyed, and matter breaks and everything disintegrates. It could be part of that, and the fact that half the earth broke away, that's why half of me broke away. But maybe they didn't have that idea that it was a restorative process, that we all can restore the world and restore ourselves through our good work. Maybe they just didn't think it was possible, you know, and didn't think that way, so that's why it happens. I mean, that's the reasoning behind why things happen like that. But you got to learn that I was there to fix the world with that strength to make it better. So for me now to go and do that with no support, it's terribly painful and debilitating for me to do every day with no love life, no support, no family life. I'm expected to do it myself, with the help of Trigger and the animal kingdom, which are suffering immeasurable pain and grief. And what are we supposed to do, you know? We do it without knowing. We don't even know what's happening. It's like in the darkness. We want to enjoy that process, and we're getting blamed for that as well. Oh, you shouldn't do that, or So there's a lesson in there. You don't hurt little kids. Definitely don't hurt little children. You don't take your pains out, your grief out on them. You let them grow up. You let them see what they could become. You raise them up into something good. So yeah, hopefully that there's something in there for you. I need another sleep. I'm trying to install this damn Linux on my old compact. It's not designed for it because it's only 32-bit. You really need a 64-bit computer now to run anything. But look, I just want to see if it will go. I suppose what I could do is just update the motherboard, get a new motherboard and processor and RAM. But then, why do I need another computer? I don't. It's just to see if it will work. Yeah, the Core 2 Duos are pretty good still. Like, they're old, but they'll run 64-bit. That's probably the oldest you'd probably want. The Pentium 4 or something. I think the Pentium 3s are just a bit old. That one, I've got three there. One's a Pentium 3 twin processor. It looked interesting, so I bought it. It was quite expensive, $500. But I thought, oh well. Got RAM with it. I got a processor. I got a graphics card with it. Yeah, normally I wouldn't spend that much, or I'd barter them down. But I don't do that anymore because everyone needs money. So I think, oh, we'll share it around. Be generous. I put it on a PayPal thing anyway. So I only end up paying $100 or something a month or whatever. It'd be lovely to fix up my solar. I kind of like the idea that I didn't just get it installed. I sort of went through this process to look. I look at positives. It doesn't mean this is what should be, but it probably would be better just get it installed and then I have to think about it. I could do a little project, on my shed or something, working it out. But this isn't so bad. It's doing it through necessity, though. I like to do things through leisure. It's much more rewarding for me because I feel good about it. It's a good memory. This is all a bit of a struggle. When you're constantly struggling, not having good memories, it's you need days off. You need to get out and enjoy life too, so you have fond memories. If you have no memories and something bad happens to you, you got nothing to look back on, nothing to hold you up, All through those torrid years of my early adulthood, I had a beautiful childhood to look back on. I was mostly living in High Street when I had that lovely time with my dog Duffy and my family, and that was the happiest days of my life, and it always will be, I think. Probably my existence, really, just laying in the grass and playing with the animals, my toys, and bounce on the trampoline, kicking the footy, my friends, and playing cricket. And it was no better time, really. There was no. I mean, we knew we had to go to school, do the housework, and be home on time, but everything else was free as a bird. Really, we could do anything we wanted, really, that we could afford. And money didn't come into it. I never had money. $20 was so much money. I couldn't even fathom having $20. Wow, that's a lot of money, I think. I found $20 once. Oh my god, I was over the moon. I found $20 on the road. Holy shit, $20. Now it doesn't even buy you barely a beer. Happy hour's $11. I wasn't that happy. Happy hour used to be $2, $2 points. So I never lived that period. I missed out on all those years, all the cheap beer. Probably a good thing. I would have just got drunk and got cirrhosis of the liver. I never thought of myself as being like vulnerable to that sort of being fat or anything because I was always so skinny until I got on those meds that stuffed all my bone calciums up. Then your bones have to heal all the time. You have to be fat to heal your bones. Just endless then. There's only one way off it. It's funny that COVID helped me get off it, you know. I sort of went through another breakdown, getting assaulted and thrown in the hospital, just being homeless. I was alright, I was fine. But so going through that again caused depression, disappointment. And my dog got depressed. I was going through it all. And to look back on it, really, I went through it for him. So I was fine. I got to heaven. I had to come back and Trigger wanted to go. So I had to go through all that to find him. So sort of going through that process for Trigger. But felt another hair go down my throat. Someone's spying on me again, they put little hairs on your keyboard too, I think. And I think they read your screen and stuff or your keystrokes. Oh, watch these fucking motherfuckers. They're just basic little cunts. Anyway. It upsets my thinking. Then I can't think what I want to think about because I get angry. I gotta wait for it to pass through my body. Why don't I just come to your fucking door and front up and ask you what they want to know? Just spy on you and send all this shit to your fucking head and home and the fucking motherfuckers. Anyway. So where was I? Can't think now. I was thinking about something. I can't think what it is now. Fuck. They probably got some signal on it, so I can't think. They're just fucking weird fucks. I mean, why do they do all this shit to you? It's horrible being surrounded by weird fucks. You're in love in heaven, and you got no one around you loving you. Just surrounded by weird fucks. You know, I just want them all to fucking die and fuck off. Anyway, trying to think where I was thinking about. No, I can just hear a signal now. Some hair's gone down my throat. Can't get them out. It's all these people spend their time doing, thinking out ways to fuck you over. They're just absolute fucking dog shit, you know? What was it? I was thinking of something. I was talking about... I'm supposed to say to that? Send this hair into your head, then it says offensive stuff in your brain to try and upset you. I don't mind. I go and fucking slam their fucking heads on the ground. I'll squash their head into the pavement. I don't give a shit if they're going to do that to me in my home. They fucking deserve it. So what was I going to say? I can't think what I was going to say. So I was talking about what I was talking about. It's a shame I can't skim back. I'll stop it at 30 anyway. Oh, I gotta reboot. Just installing Linux. Trying out a Debian. I tried out Ubuntu. I tried out. I'm trying Xubuntu, whatever it's called, Zubuntu. So yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about. It was something about heaven or something. So I mean, I pretty much finished off what I was going to say, I think, but hopefully this loads up. I don't really know why it stops because it's 32-bit version, but I think what it is there's just the incompatibility with something, so it just doesn't want to start up in case there's a problem or something. So it will have a kill switch that just kills it. So it loads up the desktop, but then has the kill switch and then says, will it start, won't it start, and it kills it because there's some inconsistency. So it'll look for consistency. If there's not, it'll kill it and then it won't load the desktop. But maybe if you leave it long enough, it will work its way around that. I don't know if it will because I always stop it. So I can't be bothered. But, it's saying it's all clean. It's all. Usually that means it's all right. The blocks are all there. The files are all there. So now it's starting up. Process okay. It's all okay. If you see too many red ones, it means there's a big error. But maybe one or two's all right. It'll reload. If it starts looping, then you're probably just hitting the kill switch and it's not loading. It'll just keep looping. So once it starts looping, I don't think it goes out of that. But sometimes it takes a few minutes for the next process to start because it's copying a big file on old computers and it takes a while because probably you don't have enough RAM. That's probably why. It's probably saying not enough RAM for Ubuntu. Ubuntu, I think you need 2 gigabytes. I've only got 500. So I might try the ADX again. I had so much trouble trying to install that, but that was the one that worked. Debian did work, but then it's not. It's strange how it works one time, then doesn't again. I thought it was some power thing they're doing to my home to test me out or something. Don't do that to people in their homes, Anyway. So that's what I was talking about. Superman and testing on people and doing stuff to people and, I might have had a really happy life as a prince and the world would have prospered and it would have been a beautiful bloody life, But instead, these people go retarded when people like me get hurt because that whole connection with everyone out there goes to the people's wombs everywhere. This whole relationship's broken down of worshipping the king of the world, and it doesn't have to last forever, but it's just to solidify or honor that history and what's happened and the growth back to a normal world again, and the world shouldn't suffer. It should be all happiness. You should see a sea monster and he smiles and dips under the water and plays. They just want to play. They're like, just because they're bigger doesn't mean they're not like a little puppy dog dancing in the water or a dolphin. It doesn't matter if you're this big or that big, you're still the same. But you upset a sea monster and it knows that you're a threat, it'll fucking go at you. So, same as a dog. Dogs get defensive when they're mistreated. If it thinks everything around it is a threat, it'll be vicious, It stands to reason you mistreat something, it's going to be vicious and fight back. Everything has a life force that wants to protect itself. So you go around hurting people's life forces, you're going to pay with your life. You got to remember you're just a life force. You damage someone else's, it might take yours. So just remember that. That's why I always treat people well. I always try and forgive people if I can. And I'm not going to take shit from people. So don't send any shit. Send the good stuff. You'll get good stuff back. You keep sending shit to people, all you're going to get is a shit pie in the face. I'll build it up, make a nice big wad of shit pie and throw it back at you. If that's all you're going to send me, every day is shit. So it might come in the form of a fucking flood and just flood you out in the ocean and drown you. So just be careful how you treat other people. I never really set out to hurt anyone. I'm just defending myself in my home because I'm not being treated well by the world or the public or the government or whoever's in charge or someone got on my internet, tapped it and mucked me around for 3 years to ruin my schooling at uni, just because they didn't want me to build a bloody computer. It's like, fucking hell, how many people are out there building shit? Look, our whole world's full of shit. You don't want my stuff? Just let people make what they want to make, It's part of the process of all the world evolving and changing and becoming something beautiful, rather than just always problems. All this shit's problems all the time. My stuff doesn't really have problems, the stuff I make. Like my X-Wings and that, they're beautifully, perfectly designed to work, This stuff, you have to battle every day to get anything to bloody even work. So, I get tired of it all, this reverse engineering shit, this digging things around and trying to work things out. Just make what you like making, Don't try and steal from other people. It's not a good thing to do. And you're hurting someone's life force doing that because they've created that with their life to make for other people to enjoy, and they're not getting the enjoyment out of it. That's hurting their life force because the work they put in is energy to go out to people they love, and they're not receiving that. It's been stolen, given to someone else, and they fucked it around to hurt them, turn them into like prostitutes or something, and that's not good for them. I know you might convince people that's good for them, having money and being prostituted, but compared to a wholesome, happy life, married life or something, there's no comparison. You don't need sex all day. So, anyway, I'll leave it there. It's about 30 minutes gone over, but anyway. I'll see you later. That's where we're up to. We've got 2 screens. That one's just flashing over here. This one's coming up. They come up independently, the load sequences. Isn't that funny on screens? I thought it all be the same on it, both. One goes on one. You could probably load up a terminal on one and have the output on the other or something. Anyway, see ya.